What's going on, everybody? It is Joe. Welcome to the channel today. Today I'm going to be talking about why I think prices could pop at any moment for these certain coins. I'm going to go over which three I'm diversifying in right now, a couple others that I think could do really well, and I might put some money in as well, and why I think we are still so early to this crypto market and what I think is going to come in the future, what I think is going to come this year, and why I'm not worrying about these dips. We are seeing some good prices today. We are seeing it go up a little bit. We are seeing it bounce back. That's encouraging, especially with all this tariff talk. So we're going to touch on that tariff talk. We're going to touch on the crypto summit. We're going to touch on the strategic reserve announcement. And we're going to go over all of that. There's so much to unpack. Prices are wild. I've been through plenty of bear markets. I've been through bull markets. I've been in the crypto market for years now. And this is some of the wilder times I can remember because it is just so unpredictable this past week. You just do not know what's going to come, and the market's reacting harshly at any news that's coming out. So a lot to unpack today. We're going to go over all of that. But for starters, I just want to talk about that crypto reserve that Trump had talked about, and the 5 different coins that he had mentioned. He mentioned XRP, Solana, Cardano, and then he mentioned Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we're going to go over those and why I think those 5 are the ones that we should be investing in right now. Those are the ones I'm investing in, especially the big 3, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. I want to make sure I have my portfolio in those 5 because I think I'm taking that as a sign of what's to come. I think Donald Trump announcing that is big news, and I don't want to have all my eggs in one basket just to find out the allocation in the strategic reserve is 50% XRP and 20% Bitcoin, 20% Ethereum, or whatever it may be, whether it's 80% Bitcoin and only 5% XRP. I don't want to have all my eggs in one basket. I want to diversify those because when that announcement comes out, and especially with how they're going to be purchasing it, like what funds are they using to purchase it, how much are they going to purchase? If they purchase a lot with certain funds, you're going to see a dramatic price difference compared to other ways. So just keeping your eye on those different announcements that I expect to come hopefully Friday at that crypto summit. But diversifying in those 5 different coins, especially the big 3 in my mind, why I think that's super important right now. He gave us the sign. He gave us the 5 that he's looking at. So not knowing what the allocation is going to be, not knowing how much they're going to buy, not knowing where that money is going to come from, there's still a lot of unknowns. And the crypto market's just waiting to hear those before those prices explode, and I think it could pop at any second. And I'm not talking like XRP going from, what is it, $2.30 right now to $3. I think we could go from $2.30 to $4.50 or $5, depending on what we hear about the strategic reserve and how much XRP is going to be in it and how much they're actually going to buy. So that's a big jump. We're talking about doubling in price, in my opinion, if this happens like how it could. And I just don't want to be left on the sidelines because I'm like a Bitcoin maxi thinking, oh, it's going to be 90% Bitcoin and then 2% of all these other coins. Like, well, what if XRP or Ethereum or Solana ends up getting a larger percentage and those just shoot up? We saw Cardano shoot up 60% the other day at this news, and I don't want to be left on the sidelines. I'm taking this as a sign, and so that's what I'm going to be doing this week leading up to Friday, is trying to diversify my portfolio a little bit. I'm still going to be very heavy Bitcoin, very heavy XRP, but I am going to add to my positions in those other 3 coins a little bit as I don't want to be left on the sidelines. So with that, we are still so early. We don't have any of this regulation clarity yet. We hardly know anything. He's teased us a lot, and these institutions don't necessarily know what to do yet, and not many retail investors are in the market yet. They're scared by all these price swings. They want to stick with stocks. They don't want to get in crypto yet. They want to see that regulation clarity. So you guys are still so early, and I just want to reiterate that a lot of people think, oh, I missed the big rush, I missed the bull run, I'm like, where it's not going to go up 200% anymore. Like, I disagree. I think we are still super early, and I don't think we've even seen the biggest bull run that we're going to see yet. I think that's still going to come at some point this year, so stay tuned for that. With that being said, I just want to go over some different price predictions for March. I want to go over some bullish and bearish scenarios with all of these things coming up, whether it's the tariffs, the crypto summit, the crypto reserve, how that could affect prices. So stay tuned through the end. Give me your comments below on your thoughts as well. I'd love to interact with you guys. I'd love to talk with you guys about this, see what your predictions are, see what you think about the tariffs, see what you think about the crypto summit. Are you optimistic that something big is going to be announced, or are you not getting your hopes up? I'd love to hear your thoughts. So if you guys wouldn't mind, before we dive into this, please like the video if you like the content. Please hit subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. I'd appreciate that greatly. But with that said, let's hop on over to this. So we have the strategic crypto reserve details, positive or negative. Positive for that. At the crypto summit, Trump could reveal a concrete plan for the reserve, including significant government purchases of Bitcoin, XRP, and other assets like Ethereum, Solana, Cardano. If funded through seized assets or treasury allocations, this could signal strong institutional backing, boosting prices. Negative. Vague details or a reserve limited to existing seized crypto rather than new buying could disappoint markets, leading to a sell-off as hype fades. Critics like Anthony Pompliano have already expressed skepticism about a broad reserve diluting focus on Bitcoin. So this is definitely something that has been on my mind as well. There's definitely a lot that could happen positive from that crypto summit, but there is that negative possibility as well. For example, for the positive, just like he said, and just like I was talking about earlier in this video, we don't know where the crypto reserve is going to be funded from. Is it going to be funded through seized assets or treasury allocations, which could signal strong institutional backing, which would boost prices? Is there going to be significant government purchases of these coins? Because if there are, we're going to see a dramatic price increase because there's going to be such a large purchase for these coins. And if that gets announced at the crypto summit, we're going to see an immediate price reaction in a strong direction. The negative, though, just like we've seen with a lot of different crypto news in the last month, is a lot of vague details. Is this just going to be another one of those? Are we just going to get some more vague details? Are we not going to get specifics? And if that happens again, I feel like it's going to lead to disappointed markets. It's going to lead to sell-off as that hype begins to fade. People are hyped. People got hyped Sunday when that strategic reserve news came out. Is that hype going to start to fade if we don't get these specifics in a timely manner? I still feel like when that news eventually comes out, even if we don't get that Friday, we are going to see it bounce right back up to where it would have gone. But in the short term, that hype is going to fade and prices are going to drop. People are expecting some news Friday, and some of that price is already built in my opinion. So if it is a vague announcement, I do think we are going to get a little sell-off. So keep your eyes open for that Friday, positive or negative. With the tariff implementation, Trump's 25% tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico confirmed to take effect soon. I believe that was today. Could rattle global markets, including crypto. A stronger U.S. dollar from trade tensions might pressure crypto prices downward as investors seek safe haven assets like bonds. However, if framed as a pro-U.S. innovation move, it could indirectly bolster sentiment. And I agree with this as well. Short term, these tariffs I feel like are going to have this negative effect. Long term, I believe it's going to help crypto overall. But in the meantime, it is a negative lean. As you can see here, I would agree with that. With this tariff news, we saw prices drop dramatically when that was first announced. We did see it level off today a bit, which was encouraging. So hopefully now that all this tariff news is over with, there's no more speculation, it's happening. We saw the price already change in accordance to that. So hopefully from this point on, all the news that comes out is positive. So that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm crossing my fingers for. But in the short term, that is a negative lean, and I would expect that. So Crypto Summit outcomes positive lean, led by AI and crypto czar David Sachs. The summit could produce a clear regulatory roadmap, easing fears of SEC overreach and encouraging institutional inflows. Alternatively, if it's perceived as a publicity stunt with little substance, confidence could wane. We just touched on that. That's kind of just reiterating that. And part of me does, like, I don't want to get my hopes up too high. Is it just a publicity stunt? Like, what are they actually going to say? Are we going to get anything of substance? That's very much so up for debate. My confidence isn't high based on the track record so far this year, but with Trump announcing Sunday the crypto reserve, I do feel like there's something cooking that's more of an announcement than we've gotten in the past, that was more specific than the announcements we've gotten in the past when he specifically mentioned 5 different coins. So take that for what you will. I am leaning slightly positive on this. Institutional and whale activity. Record ETF inflows and whale accumulation suggest institutions are positioning for a big move post-summit. However, the shakeout, where retail investors panic sell during volatility, could be orchestrated by whales to buy low before a rally or suppress prices for profit taking. This is something I think is happening. There is a shakeout happening. The whales are coming in. They are buying and selling. People got liquidated like crazy when prices shot up Sunday. People got liquidated like crazy when prices dropped immediately Monday with the tariff talk. People got tons and tons of money got liquidated in the last several days. And so this shakeout is happening. Retail investors are scared. People don't know what to do, and prices are changing dramatically, positions are getting liquidated, and I feel like they are setting up for something big. They know something we don't. They think something's coming, and I am staying positive. I think this is bullish, so even though in the short term it can be a roller coaster, I'm staying bullish for there. Surprises. We always got to talk about surprises because you just never know what's going to happen with Trump. Trump's track record of unexpected moves, naming XRP, Solana, and ADA alongside Bitcoin and Ethereum, for example, hints at more curveballs. The surprise could be appointing a crypto-friendly SEC chair like Paul Atkins, or launching a Trump family-backed coin tied to the reserve, amplifying market reactions. Is he going to put the Trump coin in the reserve? I highly doubt it. I can't imagine he would do that. I feel like if we saw the reaction for XRP, Solana, and Cardano being involved in the reserve, if he put a meme coin, the Trump coin, in the reserve, I feel like that would take a lot away from the crypto industry. But again, wouldn't be a big surprise. With Trump, you just never know what's going to happen. He plays by his own rules. He just does stuff his way and expects things to work out. So be prepared for that. Maybe the Trump coin is something you want to put some money into. That's not financial advice by any means, but I could potentially see him doing something crazy with that Trump coin someday. I don't think it's going to be the reserve, but you just never know how he's going to react, what he's going to do with that. So be prepared for surprises. So now like I promised, some different scenarios and price targets by the end of March. So Bitcoin surged to 95,000 after Trump's reserve announcement on March 2, but retreated to around 86,000 by March 4. And it was actually down to like 78,000 the other day, I believe, before bouncing right back up. So it went from 95 to 78, and now I think today we're right around 85. So reflecting fading optimism and tariff fears, its all-time high was 109 in January 25. That being said, bullish scenario, 105 to 110. That is still very much in play. That is my prediction for March. The Crypto Summit unveils a reserve. So the drivers of this happening. If at the crypto reserve they unveil a reserve plan with 10 to 20 billion in Bitcoin purchases over the next 12 months, sparking FOMO, regulatory clarity boosts ETF inflows and whales push for a retest of the January high. Trump's crypto capital rhetoric fuels global adoption rumors, other nations following suit. Catalyst, a technical breakout above 90,000 resistance with $100,000 as a psychological target, could trigger a parabolic run. Sentiment on X suggests 100,000 remains a key milestone for bulls. Narrative, institutions and government backing, override tariff noise, positioning Bitcoin as a hedge against a weakening global economy. So, bullish scenario, I would agree with this. 105 to 110,000 is kind of my price target by March. I'm hoping we can hit that all-time high again, get to that $110,000 mark. And I feel like depending on the news we get Friday would go a long way in helping us get there, as if we get that news Friday, it's just going to set things in motion for all these other things to happen. Bearish scenario for Bitcoin, obviously we have to go over that as well, as we just don't know what's going to happen Friday. Are we going to get the news we're looking for, or is it going to be a disappointment? So in this scenario, if the summit disappoints with no new buying and tariffs spark a broader market sell-off strengthening the dollar, whales may dump holdings to lock in profits from the recent rally, shaking out retail. Critics like Kathleen Brooks note BTC's reliance on government moves contradicts its decentralized ethos, denting confidence. So if this were to happen, if we were to get disappointed, are we going to drop from this 82 to 84,000 we've been seeing today down to that 70 to 75,000? Personally, I think 75,000, 76,000 is going to be the next low if we do get to that point again. I think 70 would be quite the drop. I'm thinking 75, 76. If we don't get the news we're expecting Friday, could be in play, so keep your eye open for that. Catalyst drop below $80. Support could accelerate losses with 70,000 as a key floor from late 2024. February 17% dip, worse since June 2022, shows vulnerability. So yes, if we drop below 80,000 again, I know we did Monday for a little bit, but we got right back up over that. But I do feel like we could see that 70 to 76,000 range, depending on how Friday goes, depending if we just get disappointed again. If we don't get specifics, people are going to grow tired of all this hype without anything backing it. So if that happens, I think we could retrace to 70, 76. But as soon as we do get that good news, I feel like we will bounce right back. This will just be a short-term thing. With XRP spiked 34% to $280. It actually went up to close to $3. It was right around $290 for a little bit, a little above actually after Trump's announcement, but fell to $248 by March 4. It actually fell to like $215 a couple days ago, yesterday. So its inclusion in the reserve has fueled speculation through volatility, or though volatility remains high. Bullish scenario. And I had touched on this a little bit earlier on in the video, but the bullish scenario 350 to 4, if we find out how much XRP is being bought, how it's being bought, what the allocation is, I don't think we're just going to go to $3. I don't think we're going to go to $3.50. I think $4 to $5 is in play. I think $3.50 to $4 is the most realistic, and I think that could happen very, very quick, and I don't want to miss out on that. And it won't take a lot for this to happen. Drivers, the summit confirms XRP's role in cross-border payments for the reserve, leveraging Ripple's tech. Institutional liquidity floods in, as posts on X suggest, with Ripple's past super PAC influence aligning with Trump's agenda. Tariff-driven dollar strength boosts XRP's appeal as a global bridge currency. Breaking $3 resistance could ignite a rally toward 4, a level not seen since 2018. Enthusiasm from XRP holders. Celebrating Trump's nod adds momentum. Breaking that $3 resistance is super important. We got super close the other day on Sunday, but we could not quite break it. And I feel like once we get this news, once we get some specifics, once we break that $3, I think we're going to see some very quick price actions where we get to that 350 to 4, possibly even that 450 to 5 range, depending on how exactly that news goes. But that 350 to 4 range is my price target if things go well Friday. Government endorsement elevates XRP beyond speculative altcoin status, drawing in banks and whales. So this is the big thing with that announcement from Sunday. With them endorsing XRP, it goes beyond altcoin status. It gives validity to XRP. It makes people, these banks and whales, trust XRP. It makes them know that it's in the government's plans, and that is a huge step. I talked about that in a couple videos already, that this news was huge for XRP and strengthening it and not becoming a speculative altcoin status with that uncertainty. I think this helped a lot, and I think this is just going to provide a catalyst to get to these levels once that news happens. Of course, there is a bearish scenario again, as there was with Bitcoin, if we don't get that news we're looking for. Some vagueness or a Bitcoin-centric reserve sidelines XRP, disappointing holders. Tariff fallout weakens risk assets and will manipulate prices to shake out retail again, as you suspect. Skeptics question XRP's printable nature in a reserve per X-Post. So with this summit, happening, are we going to get vagueness? Are we going to get those specifics? If we don't, XRP's price could drop to this $182 range. But unlike Bitcoin, XRP also has another negative aspect to this summit. Whereas Bitcoin, I don't feel like anyone's worried about Bitcoin being one of the leaders in that strategic reserve with what's going to happen with Bitcoin. But with all four other coins that are mentioned, what kind of role are they going to play and how much are they going to buy? Like, is XRP going to have 5%? Is it going to have 2%? Is it going to have 20% allocation? Is it going to have more than that? Like, we just don't know. Everyone's pretty solid on Bitcoin and the role it's going to have in the reserve. So I feel like if we do get clarity, Bitcoin's going to be well off no matter what. Whereas XRP, not only could we get vagueness about it, and which would drive down prices, but we could get disappointing news for how much is going to be in there. So XRP does have that factor as well, and I'm holding out hope. I think XRP is going to be important. I think Trump's relationship with Brad Garlinghouse is going to pay off, and that's going to be shown in this announcement. But there is still the risk that it's not. So I just want you guys to be aware of that situation, that there are two potential things that could happen Friday that would drive the price down to this $182 range. And then, yeah, so wild roller coaster looming something big aligns with the current setup. The government's entry into a crypto via reserve, paired with Trump's unpredictability, could either legitimize the market or expose its fragility. Institutions and whales may indeed be engineering shakeouts. Dips like Bitcoin's 80,000 low last week or XRP's retreat from 280 suggest this. By month's end, clarity from the summit, or lack thereof, will likely dictate the trend, with tariffs as a wild card. A unified crypto push could see Bitcoin near 110,000 and XRP at $4, driven by policy and hype. Bearish, we could see Bitcoin 70,000, I think 75, 76 would be the low, and XRP to $1.80, which is very reasonable depending on how Friday goes. I'm staying optimistic. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's possible. Testing retail resilience. So give me your guys' thoughts below. What do you think about all of this? What do you think about what's going on? There's just so much out there right now. It's a roller coaster, as I just talked about, between the tariff news, the strategic reserve news, the crypto summit. No one knows what to think. No one knows what coins to put money in. And it's just, everyone's kind of like, this is one of the wilder times in crypto, and I've been in crypto a long time. So please give me your thoughts below. Are you diversifying at all? Do you have money in all 5 of these assets? Are you sticking to Bitcoin? Are you sticking to XRP? Are you putting all your eggs into one basket? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please hit that subscribe button for more. Comment below. I'll interact with you guys. Hit that like button if you like the video. And until then, I will talk to you guys next time.